Maxey. Wow, what a play. He's got Bogdanovich thinking about a three. There it is. Yes! From beyond. Oh, and there's Bud coming up with a steal. Curry open. It's for three. Yes!
And now, Morning Cup of Joe. What is up, everybody? Good morning, Sixers fam. Welcome to Morning Cup of Joe, show where me and Tiago break down last night's W against the Chicago Bulls, a huge win for your Philadelphia 76ers. Today, what are we talking about? We're going to break down Seth Curry's magic and just how he has dominated this season. We're going to talk about Matisse Thybulle's defense versus Zach LaVine. The story of last night was team defense led by my man, Matisse Thybulle. And then we're going to wrap it up today with my top 5 plays. And I love getting Tiago's reactions. Seriously, my favorite part of this show. My man, he is Tiago. Follow him on Twitter at TScabia. Good morning, Tiago.
Hey, good morning, Chris. Another phenomenal win for the Sixers. Back-to-back, underhanded. Really thought they really gutted out last night because I thought Chicago was going to be a very tough out for them. And they will still be. They'll play them again on Saturday. I don't expect perhaps the same outcome, but this is a big-time statement win for the Sixers. I think it shows the league that they still have it defensively, even though Ben Simmons is not part of the roster at the moment. They still have enough defensive firepower to win you games. And I thought that's exactly where they won the game last night. I mean, we could talk about offensive performances here and there, but ultimately, you're talking about really slowing down one of the best offensive teams in the NBA. And the Sixers held up to less than 100 points. They really made it tough on the Bulls throughout the entire game, with the exception of a few runs here and there. I thought that Chicago was very out of rhythm. And a big part of that is the team defense and Matisse Thybulle. So, yeah.
All right. Guys, if you're watching us live, please be sure to comment, ask questions, comment on our videos. That this is all meant for you guys. Please be sure to smash that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of our shows. But Ben Butler's hanging out with us this morning. Says small ball with Joel Embiid worked. Embiid did tire out, I thought. We did talk about that on the post game. Go check that out last night. Seth Curry, wow. Seth Curry ended up with 22 points, 9 of 14 from the floor, 2 of 4 from 3. He's shooting 56+% from 3 on the season. He had a steal, 3 assists. Look, I was kind of gushing over Tyrese Maxey's this win streak, this 4-game win streak for the Philadelphia 76ers. Tyrese Maxey's defense has taken a step up. But you talk about the key cog on offense for the Philadelphia 76ers, and that is Seth Curry. The last 4 games, his plus-minus is +17, +19, +10, +10. The dude is double digits plus-minus. 4 straight games, 4 straight wins for the Philadelphia 76ers. He has been absolutely terrific. Let's start with what we saw last night. Tiago, what was your take on Seth?
Yeah, I mean, we tend to fall in love. If you just stop it for a second, Chris, because I want to prelude this, because we tend to fall in love a lot with Tyrese Maxey because he's kind of a explosive, fun guy that does a lot of fun things on the court. But the fact of the matter is, offensively, if you take away Embiid off the map for a second, I mean, this offense is really predicated on Seth Curry right now, and I don't know how the Sixers can survive a stretch without him, and let's hope it continues to be the case, that he's on the court playing well and healthy. Because I think for the first time, perhaps since JJ Redick left, they really finally have a guy that they can do a lot of different things with on the court. That really puts a lot of stress on the defense as a shooter. I know they had Seth last year as well, and eventually he kind of turned into that guy. But early in the year, he was kind of struggling to find his footing. Then he got COVID, and things kind of struggled after that for a little bit. But I think ever since the late season, postseason, and then this year, I mean, you can clearly see how valuable he is to this offense. So, what we really noticed throughout the game is it's kind of a pattern of what we saw, which I thought it was a great job by the coaching staff to identify the matchup. And the matchup in this case is Nikola Vucevic, right? So you have Vucevic defending Embiid. And I mean, Vucevic, borderline all-star, not a good defender. Like, just not a good defender. You get him out in space. He's slow. He doesn't move well laterally at all. And if you just run the video, like, you're going to start seeing like a constant pattern with how the Sixers attack the Bulls defense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're going to run it or not, Chris.
Yeah, real quick. I would just want to, before we get started, Seth Curry had that last night was his 4th 20-plus point game this season in 8 games. He had 11 last year. He's nearly half of 20-plus point games, and it's only 8 games in this season. Here we go. Let's start the time.
Yes, I mean, you got Vucevic going to try to get out there on Embiid and a simple dribble handoff screen. And I'll look how much.
Wait, was that a good screen by Joel Embiid? Yeah. What was that?
So that's something we talked about last night. Embiid did a lot of not good things on the court yesterday, but one thing that he's done well is set screens. And if you go back in the history of Embiid's career, you go back specifically, people complain about that Game 7 against Toronto, where they said, the Sixers couldn't get any shots off late in the games. If you guys remember that, was like 3 or 4 straight possessions. And people are like crushing Brett Brown. Like, how can you do this? If you go back and look at those plays, they're running similar type of plays for JJ Redick, and Embiid and Simmons are both whiffing on screens. So JJ gets the ball in that same spot, and there's like 2 guys on top of him. Look at the difference today. I mean, it's night and day, right? So sets a screen, it's clean, it's legal. Now look where Vucevic standing on the court, right?
Yeah, man.
Vucevic
way back.
He wants no part of Seth Curry on this play because he knows if he takes 1 step forward, Curry can easily go by him. And I mean, that is a free throw extended 2 points, 90. What is the free throw percentage for Seth Curry? Like 90-some%. So 98 out of 100 times he's going to hit that shot in rhythm. The Sixers identified that matchup early and often, and that's one of the things that we noticed yesterday with Seth Curry's how effective they were attacking that dribble handoff.
Seth Curry shooting 84.6% from 3, 1.6 attempts per game. Let's keep it rolling. First of many buckets by Seth Curry last night there to start us off. Whoa, hello from Turkey. I'm supporting Sixers because of Furkan. Yeah. We're gonna be. Oh man! All right, so my man Tiago just broke down an article on Furkan Korkmaz at thepaintlines.com, dude. You want to check that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, let's spend just a few seconds on Furkan's revelation this season, because he has been terrific and he was awesome last night, especially in this first half. When we get into, I promise you, dude, if you're still watching us by the end of this show, I have my top 5 plays and some honorable mentions. There was a lot of Korkmaz, first half Korkmaz in this video, so stay tuned. Tiago, the floor is yours.
Yeah, Ferk Nation is alive, man, as they should be. He's been playing really well this first part of the season. So, yeah, I mean, the Sixers were down Tobias Harris yesterday and Danny Green. And Ferk Korkmaz was one of the players that Doc Rivers called on to start. And one of the reasons I think they'd like Korkmaz to start is not only because he can stretch the floor, which he does very well. It's also the fact that he's improved a lot as a point guard. So one of the things that the article does show is how much improved he has become as a passer, in particularly attacking how the Sixers operate in half court, which is a pick and roll heavy offense. And Doc has put him in the pick and roll. Korkmaz has delivered as a passer, as a scorer. And and that's the reason why he started yesterday. Was it Korkmaz's best game yesterday? No. But again, defensively competed at a high level, hit some key buckets, and gave you more than what you usually get from Korkmaz, which is what has been the pattern so far with Furkan this year.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it rolling for the sake of time. Let's keep it rolling. Here's Seth Curry.
I mean,
with Joel Embiid.
You see right there. I mean, look how far Vucevic is back. Curry has got had a steam ahead of him. And look how he manages the help defense, right? So I think it's DeRozan right there. He's going to try to poke that away from Curry. Watch if you run it. Keeps the ball inside, tucked in, and then finishes up with the soft floater. I mean, that's high level right there from Curry. Not only as a shooter, but also attacking the rim.
Yep. Sixers did really good inside the paint yesterday, especially at the rim. When they're hitting from three and getting shots at the rim, they're tough to beat, man. That's a good play. That's a good play. All right, here we got Tyrese Maxey dribbling the ball. Seth Curry
again
wide open.
Embiid, if you look at it again, nice little soft, subtle screen, frees up. You see it right there. Curry, I love how he's running from baseline to baseline, but Embiid really makes that play happen with that screen.
Yeah, Levine's like totally checked out. Look at his face. Like he knows he got beat. He knows he got 100% beat on that play.
He's not known to be the greatest defender.
No, absolutely not. Let's go. We talked about team defense last night. We're gonna have Thibault versus Levine in a little bit, but I thought Tyrese also defended him, especially in the fourth quarter, really well. There was a few moments there from Tyrese that you'll see in my top 5 plays. We've got here another screen set by not a screen, but Seth Curry gets the pull up. He was 4 of 6 from pull ups last night for Seth Curry, and in the mid range. His mid range game looked like DeMar DeRozan last night, right?
I mean, you see why on the video. I mean, he's taking wide open jump shots. I mean, Vucevic wants no part of this. The Sixers run the same play pretty much over and over again with Seth Curry, and it's buckets every time.
Yep. Let's keep it going. That's the first quarter. Now we fast forward to the third quarter. Same kind of play. Look at the screen by Joel Embiid, man. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, granted, is it Levine again? No, this is and Lonzo Ball is a much better defender, but we've seen now 5 or 6 Seth Curry buckets, and it's the same 2 plays.
Yeah,
it's him cutting from baseline to baseline, and then him in the pick and roll with dribble handoff with Joel Embiid. Like it's automatic every time.
All right, we have Seth Curry finds. Oh, this is what play is this? Oh, this was another tough long range 2 from Seth.
Yep.
In the third quarter there when the Sixers were kind of rolling here. But you're going to see Seth with some huge buckets coming up here in the fourth quarter. Seth Curry, another screen from Joel, another mid-range.
Yep.
I mean, low efficiency shot by Seth, but nails it.
But like that's the difficulties of defending Seth Curry because, I mean, that one I thought the Bulls. If you go back real quick, they actually defended him pretty well on that play. So yeah, they're running the same play on Vucevic, but I think it's who's that? I don't know who's that fighting through the screen. It's Ayo Dosunmu, I think. Yeah, Ayo Dosunmu is a very athletic player and very long, and that's I think one of the adjustments that the Bulls made in the second half is they put him more on the court to try to slow down this type of setup, this is going on. And he's right there with Curry, man. Like he's contesting the shot, but with Curry, if you have a split-second window, he's going to get that shot off, and it's going to be automatic.
Yep. Let's keep it rolling. Fourth quarter, Seth. 5 minutes remaining here. Another screen by Joel. Nice screen by Joel again. That little underrated storyline there developing. Again, another pull-up from Seth. Just lights out. He was locked in, man. Absolutely locked in. Let's roll on to 16 seconds remaining. These 2 buckets, the bucket you just saw were so massive. And this here, Seth. I mean, this is like see.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I don't know how he makes that shot.
I know.
They are both hands in the air.
The Bulls are swarming over Seth Curry on this play.
Yeah, Cruz got both hands in the air, doing everything he possibly can to try to slow down. One thing I'll notice on this play is the trend that we noticed with Embiid was great screens, but you see it late in game, he kind of whiffs. So I think you're seeing, as you get more and more tired throughout the game, it's harder for him to keep that momentum. Mm-hmm. But it did not matter in this play because Seth Curry is just automatic.
Yeah. Ben says Vucevic looks like a Sixers backup center. I mean, he was.
I mean, here's the thing, though. Vucevic is, he's known for offense. He's an all-star offensive player. But in this Bulls team, he's kind of a third fiddle, right? Because you got DeRozan, you got Levine, and you got even a little bit sometimes Lonzo Ball. Because Lonzo Ball is just more of a passer. Mm-hmm. So you see how his defensive limitations really come out on the court. and he's not able to offset through offense. So you kind of wonder how the fit's going to play out over the long run. I mean, they're winning now, but I mean, some of these plays, he's just like borderline unplayable. I mean, it's like you can't have that every single possession. You're going to just get absolutely murdered against good shooters. And that's what happened last night.
No Nog, no entry. Love that name, by the way. Says, should Seth Curry get more touches? I'm going to say no. I think this level of high efficiency Seth Curry is fun. It's fun regular season, but I don't know how effective this is going to be in terms of team offense come playoff time. What's your take, Tiago?
Yeah, I don't know how many more touches you would want. I mean, he's theoretically the team's point guard at the moment. I agree with you. I think how they have him operating the offense is exactly where his role should be.
Yeah.
Yes, I do think he perhaps can take a little more 3-pointers. There's some games he would take like 3 or 4 3-pointers, and that's it. So I do think he'd probably take more 3-pointers because he's one of the league's best 3-point shooters, if not the best right now. Mm-hmm. His brother obviously up there. But yeah, I think it's fine the way that the Sixers have him working. I think long run they're going to have somebody else on the roster that can carry some of that load. We don't know who that person is right now, but there will be, I think, another point guard on this team in the future. Mm-hmm. And I think once that point guard settles in, I think you have a perfect complement, right? Because Curry can really slot in as a secondary, tertiary playmaker and be a knockdown 3-point shooter. So I think overall his usage has been spot on.
You look at his field goal attempts, highest in his career, 10.6 attempts from the field. Yeah. 3-point attempts, 5.1, highest in his career. The interesting part is his usage rate is not the highest. He actually had a higher usage rate a few years ago in Dallas. And even before that, a couple years before that. So that's pretty interesting. So let's keep it rolling for the sake of time. There's Seth, just a monster, just an absolute monster last night. 22 points, fourth game with 20-plus points is just outstanding. Sarper says it's the Curry genetics. I agree, man. You would be confused. You would be mistaken if that's not Steph Curry out there. He was locked in, absolutely locked in. All right, we've got next my man Matisse Thybulle defending Zach LaVine. I mean, we've called out Matisse a little bit this year, I think, rightfully so. His offense, lack of offense, has kind of been tough to watch this season. However, he had just a phenomenal defensive game last night, just all over the place, blocks, steals, made a couple threes. Right now we're going to watch Matisse Thybulle defending Zach LaVine. Tiago, before we get started, what was your kind of quick take on Thybulle's game last night?
That I would hate to be Zach LaVine. I mean, there are moments during that game where Zach LaVine thought he had a shot, and you can just see him going like, "Oh crap, here comes Thybulle." Instead of taking the shot, pump fake, put it back on the court, try to figure out how to get an open look. It was very visible how disruptive Thybulle was. I thought it was perhaps Thybulle's best defensive game as a Sixer, which says a lot because he's one of the league's best defender, period. I mean, his impact was all over the court defensively. He was phenomenal. And we have to say it like it is because we've been very critical of Thybulle early on. But, playing like that the way that he did last night is going to be a big-time asset for the Sixers. And it's going to have him on the court for long stretches, no questions asked.
Thybulle's last 3 games, his net rating 12.2, 15.7, 18.3. So when the dude's giving you just a little bit of offense, it's unbelievable how impactful this guy is. So let's get started. Here we go. We've got first quarter. Zach LaVine beats Thybulle a little bit, getting penetrating, but Seth Curry strips him there. That is not.
He thought he did. He did not. That's the thing with Thybulle. Even though you're by him, you're not really by him because he's able to reach around you. It's fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. Here's Thybulle fighting through the screen, just like you said. This is one of my favorite plays of the night last night. Bang! He's had a couple really nice blocks these last 2 games.
Yeah, and contrast that with what we saw with Curry, right? So the Bulls are running the same type of action. They're trying to attack you on space, set up a screen here. We saw the Bulls had no answers. Watch Thybulle just fight through that screen and then just deny LaVine at the rim.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome. There's another play down. I think it's like 3 minutes remaining or so in the game. That was terrific. Just one of my favorite plays. On LaVine. We'll get there. We got him fighting through the screen here. LaVine penetrates, loses the ball. That was probably a strip from Niang there. Definitely not viable. But he
turnovers, but he's still sloppy sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So here's that like perimeter defense. Let's see this again. So Vucevic with the screen.
Yeah, I mean, he's forcing way behind the 3-point line. I mean, that's a tough shot to make. He's about 2-3 feet behind the 3-point line because he knows that if he's 1 foot behind the 3-point line, that's a block. So now LaVine is taking shots well beyond what he's comfortable shooting from.
Here's another play.
Yeah, right there. That one is I love. I watched. I mean, you look at if we go back just a little bit, LaVine's like, what the hell's going on here? Look at him. He's trying to go up for a shot and watch the pump fake. Like
gives him nothing.
That's not gonna happen. Now he's fading away. And that's the thing. Like that's why that shot's short because he tried once, not there. The second time, he's falling all the way back. Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, when Thybulle gets in, he squares you up. It is tough.
Yep, absolutely. Let's roll on. Justin's in the house. Good morning, Justin. What's going on, brother? We are in the third quarter. I think Matisse. Oh no, that's just a miss.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Fights to the screen. Yeah, another one.
He's fading away because he's got to create space. I mean, it is a tough shot to hit fading away. It's. I don't know if he hit that shot or not, but you're asking for way too much right there. Look at him fade away like 2 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, with the miss. It's really overall great game, and I don't know if like we do know like Matisse and Tyrese definitely worked out a lot together this offseason, right?
Yeah, I think they did.
I think. They did.
And you see some hints of Matisse's defense in Maxey.
I do like especially challenging contesting shots there.
Right.
There's LaVine. He beats Thybulle there off the screen. That's a tough shot.
Yep.
Here's at the end of the third quarter. Get out of here, LaVine. Get out of here.
Yeah, I mean he's a great scorer, no questions asked.
Yeah, there's some things you can only do.
Right there.
All right, so
that's ridiculous. I mean, look at that play. I'm pretty sure he altered it, right? It wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think he converts this.
So watch where Thybulle is. So the pass has already been made, right? The pass has already been made, and Thybulle is like at the top of the key. So watch his recovery on that play is absolutely insane.
Yeah, you're talking less than 2 seconds.
Right, and look at this. Alters it at the rim right there. I mean, that is. And it's not only just speed, it's like instincts because you cannot waste any motion on a play like that. If you take like a split second to hesitate, to wonder where the ball's going, like that guy, that's a layup. Yep. So he knows exactly, turns him exactly where to flash and does it in a very explosive way.
All right, let's roll on here. Oh, this is one of my favorite plays. So the Sixers, I think, look at this. Come on, man.
Yep, that's
another one where like Zach LaVine just
exactly the same thing.
He's got nothing against that. Thybulle is all over him, and like you said, he's trying to create space, but LaVine's probably exhausted at this point.
Yeah.
Here's another play. I don't think Thybulle was credited for the steal. I think that was Niang there. But just again, tough defense.
Yeah, I wish the NBA would change that rule because that still should go to Thybulle, not Niang. 1,000%.
So that is Matisse. Ben Butler says Matisse did well. Fouls. Maybe not fouling, but that is Matisse Thybulle. Just awesome, epic game from him last night. Led the way defensively. Should we roll on the top 5 plays, or do you have any other takes on last night?
Nah, it was a fun game to watch back to back, and 3 games in a row. They played really well. So
Yep.
Let's keep it rolling.
Yep. My top 5 plays. Again, all this will be uploaded eventually sometime this morning when I get to it. I literally just made this before we jumped on. Here are my honorable mentions. All right, you have Tyrese Maxey feeding Seth Curry, finding Joel Embiid, finding Tyrese Maxey and Maxey just with an acrobatic finish there, reverse layup at the rim.
All that starts with Curry, man. All that perimeter gravity he brings, he kicks the ball around, and now the defense is all over the place.
Let's go on. That was a big stretch where the Sixers really pulled ahead there with their lead, which was important because the Bulls really made this a game here in the fourth quarter. Those like little runs by the Sixers were massive. Here we got some really good defense on DeMar DeRozan by Furkan Korkmaz.
Yep.
I'm really impressed by this play. They were absolutely targeting Korkmaz last night again and again and again, especially in that first half. Here's a play, though, where Korkmaz kind of holds his ground. He's getting backed up here by DeMar. Pump fake. And Korkmaz gives him nothing, just like Matisse and Sixers ball. That was a really impressive defensive play.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they were to ask Korkmaz, I think he'd probably say he got stronger in the offseason because not only defensively, but also as a ball handler, he's able to kind of push guys off a little bit more and create a little bit of space. So I do think strength was part of his offseason program.
Yeah, let's roll on. You're going to see some Korkmaz in this tape for sure. Niang has the ball, finds Drummond with an awesome pass to Korkmaz. Talk about that ball movement, man. Love it.
Yeah.
Here's another amazing pass from Drummond. Finds Isaiah Joe open, corner 3, splash. There's Isaiah Joe. Gotta love that. Right, Tiago?
Love some Isaiah Joe 2-minute runs here and there. Guy hits a shot, go back to the bench. See you next month.
See you next month.
That's how it works with Doc Rivers. So.
All right, here's Joel Embiid with the deflection, and then Korkmaz picks up the ball. We got a reverse dunk by my man, Furkan Korkmaz. Gotta love that.
Yeah.
Next play. Got a lot. There's a lot of plays last night. Matisse Thybulle with the steal. That was awesome.
Yeah.
This is the second quarter. Same possession. I just fast forward a little bit for the sake of time.
Okay.
And then Niang gets the pull-up bucket from the mid-range. That was an awesome steal. Defense to offense, which we love to see Sixers-wise. Like, this is an offensive-driven team, but Doc's defense has really been noticeable the last few games. Let's go on. Little ball handling by Joel Embiid. Look at you 7-footer. You're a beast.
Yeah, I mean, Vucevic is not going to challenge him. He's just not going to do it. And then look how much space he gives. I mean, Embiid has all the space in the world to get in rhythm and go up with it.
Yeah.
That's automatic. Even though Joel's struggling from mid-range this year, that's an automatic shot for him.
Yep. Joel Embiid gets the bucket. Just the footwork, the handling is really cool to watch. I'll never get tired of that. Like, there's parts of me that I'm just a basketball nut. I've loved the game since I was a baby. Watching a 7-footer dribble like that is just so fun.
Yeah.
I'll never get tired of that. All right, we've got Lonzo dribbling the ball. Shake Milton with the steal. Finds Matisse Thybulle, fast break. And then Maxey at the rim. Huge run there from the Sixers. Great play. Seth Curry wheels it around the perimeter. Finds Shake, who finds Niang with this was a massive three-pointer. There was so many times when the Bulls were pushing, went on a 15-0 run, 10-0 run, and the Sixers always seemingly had an answer. Niang had a huge bucket here, a huge three-pointer here with 5 minutes remaining. He also had another one, down the road in that third quarter. That was just a massive three. Let's go to my number 5.
Yeah, I don't think it's a stretch to call Niang a 6 Man of the Year candidate so far. I think
he had 18 points.
He's been that good. If you look at all the bench production for the NBA, he's at the very top of most all of them offensively. He's 6 man for sure.
Out of 8 games this year, he's only been a net negative once this season. Once.
Yep.
Bench play was awesome last night, and Niang's leading the way with Furkan. which play is this? Oh, this is the block. We already saw this block on.
Yep.
I wanted to start off my top 5. Like team defense was the name of the game last night. You're going to see another couple defensive plays, I think, by Tyrese Maxey here. Fourth quarter, Maxey's defending Zach LaVine. Look at this ball pressure that he presents. Zach LaVine thinks he can take Maxey to the rim. Maxey gives him nothing, just like Matisse Thybulle. Look, he's right on him and forces the air ball by LaVine. This was a 2-point game with 7 minutes remaining, and Maxey's really making an impact. Love to see that. And here's another play, 6 minutes remaining. Maxey versus LaVine. Look at just challenges the shot there on the perimeter, and Maxey and LaVine misses.
Yeah, I think pound for pound, people are going to misinterpret this. Pound for pound, Maxey may be their best point of attack defender from the standpoint of he's able to move laterally, perhaps better than anybody else on the Sixers roster. So even like Ben Simmons or Matisse Thybulle, you can see how some really explosive, really quick guards like Kemba at his peak days, right, could kind of get by them. With Maxey, like he's got so much agility that it makes it really hard for guards to get by him. Now, he makes some mistakes as a defender. He's young and he's also small and he can be picked on. But pound for pound, 1-on-1, you see how he's able to stay connected to the shooter.
Yeah, we've really seen progress from Tyrese Maxey defensively. I'll have Maxey versus Lonzo Ball defensive highlight reel out at some point this morning for sure. I pretty much them all done except for that one. I'll get it done before I head to work. Number 3, Thybulle. Where are we going? Oh, I think this is the Thybulle block down. Thybulle blocks at the rim. That was awesome. So the top 3, my first 3 plays are all defense.
Yeah.
That was the storyline of the game last night. Number 2, Thybulle finds Seth Curry. Just these are the buckets from Curry that were just massive hits. We already talked about this.
Yeah.
Gives the Sixers a lead again. Sixers were leading all night last night. It was a tie game, and Seth Curry delivered yet again. So here's another really tough bucket from Seth Curry. We had a really tough one against the Blazers. Remember that one where he's right underneath the free throw line, and he's got guys swarming all over him. He does it freaking again right here. Almost nearly the same play.
Yeah, I was almost certain if he doesn't hit that shot, the Sixers probably lose the game. Like the Bulls are coming back and scoring because they have all the momentum after that.
Yeah.
But I mean, we talked about it. Caruso's in the air, 2 hands up, and still goes in.
Does not matter.
Absurd.
And then my number 1 play. Joel Embiid has had some really amazing blocks this year. He had one on Baisley like a few weeks ago. This one, again, was just massive on DeMar. Sixers are up 3. All right. No. All right, we didn't get there yet. We've talked a lot about, especially me, I've criticized Joel Embiid's fourth quarter play. It has not been good this year.
No.
Again, 5 minutes remaining. Here is Joel Embiid making an impact on the game, and I'd love to see it. And he also had 5 free throws in the fourth quarter, which we need to see more of, and I was really happy to see. So Joel Embiid gets the rebound and the putback, pumping up the crowd, man. I love it when Joel Embiid is into it like this.
Yeah.
That's when you know he's at his best, man. When he's emotional and feeding off the crowd. Love to see that. And I love this play. Finds Matisse Thybulle cutting to the basket. That 2 minutes remaining gave the Sixers a 9-point lead. And then
two things he learned from Embiid there. It's sorry before the block is late in games that he did is getting position. So on that rebound, he's very physical with Vucevic. He gets under his body, rebounds, goes up with it strong. So that's late in game. Joel Embiid making a powerful physical move, which sometimes tends to be an issue because he's running out of gas. So that's impressive to see. And the second thing is as a passer, right? So you're not going to be able to score every single trip down the court. So you got to be able to contribute outside of just being a powerful center, bullying your guy down low. And he makes a sweet pass here to Thybulle, exactly what you want from Joel Embiid late in games. If you're able to balance the scoring with the playmaking, with the rebounding, now you're going to have a really solid and consistent offensive player late in games.
All right. 7 seconds remaining here. 4-point game. Joel Embiid just all ball. DeMar DeRozan. Just that was an MVP moment, man. MVP moment. I'm sorry, but that was a big play by Joel Embiid. They reviewed this and took away the foul. That was a clean block. Just Joel Embiid defensively has been unbelievable. Any reaction to that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what the analytics are going to say with respect to the Defensive Player of the Year race, because they always skew Rudy Gobert's way. I'm not going to pretend to know what all those analytics metrics stand for, because there are like 20,000 of them that favor Gobert. So if every single one of those metric is favoring him, like, are they just looking at the same thing over and over again? Because defense, to me, in the NBA is more than just sitting in the paint and defending the rim. And Joel Embiid this year has been one of the best rim protectors in the NBA, period. And he's able to do more defensively, just sit in the paint and wait for this guy to drive. So I want to see what the metrics say. I'm sure they're going to say Gobert should be the Defensive Player of the Year again. But I think it's time to expand the conversation if they're talking about rim protectors, because rim protectors today in the NBA, if they're sitting on the paint, like you saw with Vucevic, that's an automatic 2 points. And if you watch the Jazz play defensively, yes, they're a great defensive team. Gobert's a great defensive player. No questions about it. When they play the Suns are in constant pick and rolls like the Sixers did, and Chris Paul will score like 30 points. And then they win the game. So I'm just throwing that out there because it's going to be a topic of discussion this year.
Joel Embiid has his best defensive rating since 2017. He also has his highest block percentage since 2017.
Yeah.
So that is something to note. So that is my top 5 plays. Joel Embiid, number 1, gets my nod there. Started with defense. I wrapped it up with defense. Circle of life. Thiago, where can we find you, man? What do you got going on? Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, man. So, like you said, we posted this article about Korkmaz. Make sure to check that out. We also do the morning after shows, most games, Morning Cup with Joe, the Sixers post game. So make sure to check that out.
All right, guys. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you from the guy or girl from Turkey that joined. That was really, really cool. We've got Brazil in the house today as well. We're international, Thiago.
Yeah,
that was really, really cool.
That's awesome.
Wait, wrap it up. Justin says, fun fact, Matisse had the highest plus minus last night with a plus 13, dude. He was absolutely crazy all over the place. Great call. Follow my man Thiago on Twitter at tscabia. Check out his breakdown on Furkan Korkmaz at thepaintedlines.com. I'll also post it on our YouTube channel with the link, so you don't want to miss that. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Please, please, please be sure to smash that like button if you love this video, or if you don't like the video, please hit the like button anyway, and then subscribe. So thank you everyone for watching. See you next time. Stay